Hey everyone, it is Fitz with a daily delivery, the final of my series. We're actually home by the time you see this, called Reaching the Summit, as Becky and I are out here in Colorado, and I've escaped the road noises a little bit better. Now we have a little more wildlife noises. Reaching the summit. What do I mean? I've covered football and basketball. I've covered an idea with golf and dropping a couple sports and adding a couple more. This one is a little different. This one's about what Kansas State needs to do to reach the summit in the Big 12. And I don't know if there's anything really that they can plan to do. There's no facility to build. There's no recruiting to enhance. There's nothing like that. I'm going to talk about how Kansas State needs to be good in the sports that count the most this sports season. Football, men's basketball, volleyball, women's basketball. It's my belief that the Big 12 will be back to 12 schools in 2023. Oklahoma and Texas won out, and I think the conferences, the SEC and the new Big 12 and the American Conference, with 3 of the schools coming into the Big 12, will sort this out. I think the new Big 12 is going to be a lot of fun, very competitive. It lacks some of the maybe media hype of an Oklahoma or Texas, but I think, as we saw this year in football, Cincinnati was better than Oklahoma, so someone can't supplant Oklahoma. Maybe it won't be one school, but maybe a group of schools will aspire to that. And the Big 12 will be back in the playoffs with teams that honestly haven't been there. And that's what I'm talking about today. I'm talking about exactly what Jerome Tang said. Out here in Colorado seems like a great time, great place to talk about elevation. And football and basketball need to elevate. And Jerome Tang is exactly right with that. Football has a great opportunity in 2022. I think people are beginning to figure out that K-State might just be pretty good in football next season. And if Adrian Martinez and Deuce Vaughn and that defense all kind of click together, there's a lot of other elements there, I understand, this could be a very fun football season. A football season that may not take them to the summit, but certainly will be a memorable step on that journey. Basketball is a little more questionable, as recruiting has kind of stalled a little bit as they got off to the good start, but then missed out on some of the transfers they wanted. But I still think we can see a picture with what basketball could become under Jerome Tang, even if the program isn't dramatically different than last season. It'll look like a step forward because the recruiting is clearly going to improve. Elevation. That's the theme, I guess. Reaching the summit. In this case, reaching the summit in the Big 12 and being the school that nobody wants to mess with. It is possible.